Hey, what's up guys? My name's Eitan and welcome to my video. If you liked the video at any point, make sure you hit the like button down below, comment, and if you really like it, hit subscribe. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about time and if we didn't use clocks at all. So I came about this thought about a year ago and I thought to myself, what if we never used a clock? How would our day go about? What would we do? Would we operate the same way? Would we do the same things? And how would our sleep schedule work? So then I thought about that idea much more, and this is what I came out with. So if we didn't use clocks at all, what would mostly happen is we would go to sleep whenever we wanted. We often would think that when it gets dark, we would probably think it's around 8 o'clock, and then we would go to sleep soon after that because you'd lose sense of time. Secondly, our eating schedules would be completely off because we wouldn't be eating based on time, which is what we do now. We eat in the morning when we wake up, middle of the day around noon to 1ish, and then at night when we get home. But if you had no idea what time it was, you would just be eating when you were hungry. So based on that, you would have a totally different eating schedule, and oftentimes you would probably only end up eating twice a day because when you wake up, you're often not hungry. So if you wait a couple hours, eat, and then do everything else you need to do, and then you get hungry again and eat, and all of a sudden you notice it's dark out, then you're probably just going to go to sleep after that, and you won't have your third meal of the day. Also, we would probably start to do our daily routine differently. We wouldn't worry about how much time it took anymore, or if we were in a rush or anything. It would just be more of a fluid, what we want to do, whenever we want to do it sort of system. You would never feel the rush to get anywhere. You would just go at your own pace of the day. You would also probably have more time to think and reflect about your life because when you have more time, since you're not as focused on rushing to do something or have a set schedule about what you're going to do, you end up with more spare time and you'll be able to reflect upon what your daily activities are and the importance of what you're doing in your life, and you probably could come up with new things that you could do that would affect people in a much greater way, or maybe you'll just find something new that you'll love to do and you'll now do that in your spare time. Another thing that would happen if you even attempted to live without clocks is you would feel much more disconnected from the world. In today's day and age, we have our phones, we have our computers, we have clocks all over our house. They're on the TV screen, they're on the cable box, they're on the microwave, they're on the stove. In order to have clocks nowhere, you would have to cover those up and stop using all your electronic devices. And we all know when you stop using those electronic devices, you're much more disconnected from the world that we know today because of social media and news sources and all the websites all over the internet that provide us with information on what's going on in the world. The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is that this is almost totally impossible because of the fact that in order to do this, you need to be your own employer and not work with anyone else. This is because of the fact that if you were employed by someone else, you would have certain hours to work and certain due dates and times that things needed to get in. But when you work for yourself, you can have your own set schedule, you can do stuff whenever you want, you could even work at night and sleep during the day. But the real thing is that even then, you wouldn't be able to have much of a business because there would be no contact with people since that requires time. Alright, so I'm planning on trying to do this at some point in the future, living a day without time, just one day probably, because of the fact that it's kind of hard. And I'd like to see what I do differently and how life that day goes, and I'll tell everything back to you guys. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a like down below, comment, and hit the subscribe button. Thanks. See you.